Hello everyone. Today I will be cooking y'all a meal, super easy, and if you're on a budget, it is very budget friendly. Actually, I think it's under $10. It's inexpensive, budget friendly, and it is so delicious. Even though I realized I did forget some things, but it's still going to be a very good meal. I'm at the Long Pole Recreation Area on the Big Piney Creek, and it is hot. It is another hot, muggy day here in Arkansas. And yeah, we actually did get some rain this morning, quite a bit. I was shocked. And I was waiting for the creek to rise, and it did rise, just not enough to be able to kayak on it. And that is something I miss so much. And that is one thing actually why I do love winter, is because we have a lot of moisture in the winter most of the time, and I can kayak every single week, and that is probably one of my favorite activities to do besides fishing. I really enjoy fishing, and that's something I struggle with in the wintertime. I'm not a very great fisherman in the wintertime, but kayaking is one thing I do love to enjoy. And it has been a very long time since I've actually ran a river, a proper river, and had a lot of fun on it. Here's what the water looks like down here on the Big Piney Creek at Long Pool. It is low, and it is very low. It's clear, you can see the bottom. All the rocks are muddy and all that, but it is clear water. I'm sure it's kind of warm all in here because it's shallow. And the rain that we did have this morning it was quite a bit, because this was actually a lot lower, and the rain we had brought it up probably, I mean, gosh, not even a half a foot, maybe a quarter of a foot. It wasn't much, and it's already receded back down to just about pretty close to where it was. It's a little higher than what it was prior to the rain we had this morning. Here's an interesting fact. The Big Piney is part of course, it runs out of the Ozark Plateau, the Ozark Mountains, but it's one of, I think, 5 creeks that flow south, directly south out of the Ozark Plateau. So let's put this to scale here. Say this area is the Ozark Plateau. So over here, like Fort Smith is down here, you have Frog Bayou, then you have the Mulberry, then you have the Pawnee, then you have the Illinois Bayou. And all 3 of those creeks are different, but they're the same. But they're all different in their own little ways. They all have their own little springs, their own little features that make them very different and unique, and their own feel. Just like anywhere, everywhere has its own feeling to it. But I have noticed they all drain a little differently. Even though they all drain south, on the way here I crossed over the Illinois Bayou, and it was a totally different creek than this. It had, I think, a little bit more water than this, but it was like a milky brown. It was nasty looking. And typically the Illinois Bayou is my favorite creek out of all these 3, or out of all those 4. But it was pretty nasty looking. And so I was hoping that the Piney was not looking like this, because I was wanting to enjoy it. And I am glad that it is actually clear. And then the Mulberry and Frog Bayou, I'm not sure about those. I didn't go out that far today. But they all drain different. And I do think it is neat that there are those 4 that come directly out of the Ozark Mountains right there. Anywho, I came to cook for y'all, so let's get to cooking. Today I will be cooking black bean quesadillas. So to start off, we are going to open the can of black beans and strain and clean them. After straining the black beans, I'm going to heat the skillet up on about medium and add some oil into it. Give it a nice little stir, get all the oil spread around. And I'm actually going to turn the heat down quite a bit. Because all I'm wanting to do with the black beans and is cook them just enough to where they're soft. And that way I can kind of mush them a little bit and they're not whole and hard. So while those are in there, I'm going to go ahead and add some seasoning to it. So I have some crushed red pepper, cumin, onion powder, parsley, chili powder, and paprika. And I also have fresh garlic as well that I'm going to chop up here in a second. I have the garlic in there with the black beans and all the other seasonings, and you want to cook the garlic until it becomes fragrant with all the other seasonings as well. And anytime you are cooking out in the forest, we always want to be sure that you still practice leave no trace, even with organic substances such as onion peels, garlic peels, banana peels, orange peels, anything like that. Anything of that left behind, that is still breaking the leave no trace motto. Always be sure to pick up your food peelings as well. While the black beans and the garlic and all that's still simmering, I'm going to start shredding some cheese. And like I said, there are some things I forgot. I forgot salt and pepper, and I was gonna put an onion in here, a purple onion, and I totally forgot about my purple onion at the house. But we'll make do, and they'll still be very, very good. And it already smells so good. Wow, that smells delicious. I mean, look at the black beans. Gosh, that looks good. And you could add whatever else you want in here to it. Like if you want to add some jalapenos to it or any other peppers, which I've done many variations of this. The cheese is shredded and the black beans are done. The garlic is fragrant. So let's start building these quesadillas. Now I'm heating up the skillet kind of hot so I can put them on there with some oil and fry them, get them nice and crispy and hot. Then they'll be ready to eat. The quesadillas are done. It is time to eat, and they look delicious. Let's see how good they are. Almost forgot something. Salsa. Mateos. That is the stuff right there. It is uniquely different. Very good. That meal was so delicious. Oh, it was so good. Not only was that meal delicious, it is also a very budget-friendly meal for camping. So if you're trying to find something besides like hamburgers and hot dogs or a sandwich for camping, this is a great alternative. And like I said, you can also add like avocado, jalapenos, or peppers, or onions, or there's endless things you could add to it for just a fraction of the cost. I hope that meal does help you out on your next camping adventure. I hope you use it, try it out, and if you do, let me know. Comment below, send me a message, let me know how that turns out for you. And if you're enjoying this content, be sure to give a thumbs up and share it. And don't forget to subscribe as well. I hope y'all enjoy it, and remember, keep it wild.